Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Transformers review. And as you can see, I'm doing another micromaster base. This is a Decepticon one called Greasepit, and as with the other sort of bases, this one's actually named after the actual micromaster himself rather than the actual base being called Greasepit. I'll give you a quick look at the box. As you can see, the usual photograph of the toy, and then you get the G1 artwork, more photographs top and side, and then you get a battle scene on the back which shows Airwave and Greasepit. And some of the micromasters, not sure what the larger Transformers are supposed to be, which characters they're supposed to be. I'll bring these text specs in so you can pause and read that if you wish, and show his text specs in the block type style. But yeah, not a bad sort of normal G1, late G1 box. A little bit tatty, but it goes with the age. This is from about, I think it's 1989 this one came out. I've already got him out of the box, so this is what you get as a base to start with. So it should be round that way. That's what you get. So you get a petrol station, and the micromaster himself, Greasepit, is a recolour again of one of the off-road patrol vehicles, being a monster truck in this case. A little bit different, of course. They gave him a couple of sticker details which adds a little bit to the figure. He's just basically a recolour there, so same transformation. I'll just flip up his head like so, move his arms around, and that's basically Greasepit. Not bad, you know, again it's the same as the one from the off-road patrol. The name escapes me for now, but pretty sort of reasonable sort of figure, quite reasonably detailed when you consider the size of them, and not too bad. Again, he's really only, like with all of the micromasters, the base is the main part. I'll give you a close look at this because this one has got some really nice sort of sticker detailing of like an open garage and like the forecourt of like the shop here. And you get a nice sort of signage with gasoline, gas station sign, things like that. Although they are different, I'll bring the box back in, although they are different from what it shows on the box there, that's obviously the prototype, because as you see the ramp is blue to match the rest of it, but in actual fact this is the correct way. It should be a yellow ramp, and those stickers are the correct stickers. These are what it should come with. But yeah, you know, it's pretty much a basic sort of like little play set there. Again, you can connect the ramps on to either side, so you can connect one to the other, so to make a bigger sort of set. Other than that, the ramp is sort of defunct when you get to the transformation. Now to transform him, you've got to take off the sign to start with. You flip open under the petrol tank, petrol pumps I should say, and swing that round, and that has got a clip there that goes in to the main body with a nice snap, and that reveals a quad sort of gun come rocket launcher type thing. You then have got to release this section up. Now this can be a little bit tight and a bit fiddly to do. I see it's done it alright this time. And that swings up and over, and again that just clips into place. You then take this red piece up here, which folds up to become like a sonic weapon, and inside you've got a rail launched missile like so. I usually turn the pumps over as well at this point, because then effectively you could still kind of use them as like petrol pumps. And the last sort of thing you do to transform the main bulk of it is to flip down the shop front like so, and that allows you to lift up 3 sort of cannons as well there, so it's quite a well armed little base considering the size of it. And the last thing you do is there's a sort of peg on the side of the sign, and that just clips in onto this side of the turret up here, and that just effectively, I don't know, what's it, a pub sign? Yeah, it's a bit weird. I suppose it's supposed to be some kind of aerial, but it does look a little bit weird to me being up there, but there you go. As with all the bases, they're designed, you know, you can put the micromaster inside to command them. Look, as I say, the ramps are defunct because there's nowhere to join them onto at sort of like this point. It's a shame they didn't incorporate it. It could have, they put it on the side there or something like that, but never mind. You can stand just about another micromaster at the top, but that's about it. You know, obviously you'd have to place them around the base as such to then continue playing with it in the base mode. Quite good. I mean, the missile is detachable, just fits on with a slot onto the launcher, and they are sort of movable. They're only pegged on, and you probably could get away. I don't know if they're the same size. Yeah, you could actually swap them over as well if you wanted to put them in different positions. They work better this way around because you can leave them in and still fold up the base for transformations. And that is the correct way to have them as they are there. Again, there are colour changes from the box art. You'll see that the 4-barrel launcher and the missile are done in red on the box art, but as you can see, it's grey for the 4-barreled, and they just did it in yellow for the missile. But you know, you usually get that on most of the box art. On the G1s, there's usually always a discrepancy between what was the prototype, what they sort of released for the photographer to take the pictures of the box art, to the actual production run of the toy itself. In base mode, you know, there's not a lot to be said for like the other side, the back side of it. It's pretty bland. So this is really mainly the side you'd be looking at if you was going to display it. But that's about it really. It's quite a good little base mode. Again, you know, they really come into their own if you've got a lot of them set out together, and especially with some of the bigger base forms as well. You can have, obviously, make yourself a little sort of Autobot city or Decepticon base or whatever, and have a bit more of a battle. Not that I do have at my age, but obviously that's what they were designed for when they were released. And that's about it really. I mean, there is some moulding details. I'll bring it in if you can sort of camera pick them out. Quite nicely detailed inside really, when you consider the fact that they made it so bland on the outside. But I suppose it does add a bit to the actual toys. There's a little bit inside there, so I don't know if the camera picked that up. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the toy is pretty blank, but it's not bad for what they are and for what you can pick them up for. You can get them pretty cheap. And like I say, if you're into your base formers, I'd recommend them. They certainly add something to it when you put them out with the other base formers and the other micromaster bases and join them all up and that. But yeah, I'm probably waffling on a little bit now, so I'll sign off. If you enjoyed the review and you want to subscribe, please feel free. If you've got any comments, please feel free to comment. And as I said before on some of my other reviews, if there's anything particular you'd like to see, you know, just drop us a line, and if I've got it, I'll try and do a review in time for you. But that's it for now. So, hope you've enjoyed that review, and I shall see you again.